Howdy there, y'all. The old guardsman on, y'all. Yeah. I was going to come to you today and give you a little bit of a heads up. The old shit gets worse. I mean, I may not be sick or nothing right now, but our lubberly gooberment decided that they wanted to follow through with their bullshit, and we all know about that one. Previous video. Today I wanted to come to y'all, talk to y'all about a particular that I know is going to piss off those assholes who are trying to give me 25 to life for fucking killing a feral cat that had fucking rabies. Real pieces of work, if you ask me. What? That's 25 to life where? You're gonna hold me in that jail cell with all that coronavirus flying around, fucking all that shit? Yeah, I believe that. Uh-huh. Sure. Eighth Amendment, motherfuckers, no cruel or unusual punishment. Perhaps there's something more we can learn from this. So I'll be right back. So, question remains. And it remains so. Why? Why put up with it? Why deal with this shit? I mean, it's obviously unconstitutional, correct? And what's more, it could be worse. I was just watching another channel out there about like 5-6 minutes ago. Mr. Jericho Green. That man is a funny motherfucker. Oh! I'm sorry. Let me put it this way. If you stupid enough to go around and say, I take responsibility, then you're an idiot. Because what you're taking responsibility for happened almost 200 years ago. I'm sorry, son, but don't want none. Y'all are special, and I don't want none. But I question. I really do. And if y'all are wondering what I'm smoking out of, that is a handmade Native American war pipe. Smoking tobacco before YouTube goes and gets their panties in a bunch. I don't spit when I smoke weed. And I ain't had weed for a while, so there's that. But the question remains, and I do have to ask this question. What is on your fuzzy little mind? Because, let me be clear. I ain't responsible for the shit that my ancestors did. They scalped white people. They scalped Aztecs. They scalped fucking Mexicans. They scalped everybody. Literally sat there and cut somebody's freaking off after killing them to prove that they had done it. Because in the tribal society, proof is worth more than anything else. Funny shit that came about last night because I was sitting there, you know, about 1 a.m. because, yeah, no, I'm security personnel. That's what I do. This feller was sitting there on the interwebs saying, oh, well, it's all because you guardsmanom, you let this happen, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to wipe all the life off the face of America. And I was like, son, you're talking about the only person out there, one of a few out there, that could take everyday objects and turn them into nuclear fucking weapons. Why the hell would you want to vaporize me? Why would you want nuclear weapons to just clean slate the whole fucking country and, you know, take us out in the process? And he says, because you guys didn't do nothing, you let it happen. No. Let me show you why. I sure as hell didn't let it happen. I fought back and I got hurt bad. I was in a coma for 3 days. Luckily enough, that I was able to wake up at the end of those 3 days. Because if I hadn't, I'd have been dead. They were pulling the plugs. I'm dead serious. I was dead on the operating table, went into a coma. They didn't put me in a medically induced coma. They said they did, but that was a load of horseshit. I looked at the records afterwards, and no, they didn't put me in a medically induced coma. I went into a coma, and I almost died because of the coma. After dying on the operating table for about 2.5 minutes. Declared dead. Doctor said no. And thank God for that doctor, because I was pretty much dead. So y'all wonder why I get so attached to certain doctors, and I try to protect them even at the expense of my life. There you go. A doctor saved my life. More than one doctor saved my life. More than one time. I have no qualms with doctors, other than they expect more money than God has to give. That's all beside the point, though. You know, for poor folk like me, there ain't nothing you gonna get out of us. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm poor, not because I choose to be, but because I have no choice in the matter. I didn't ask to be poor. I didn't want to be poor. Hell, I went to school for almost 4.5 years so I wouldn't be poor. All of my skills and all of my credentials, and I can't get a job because I'm the big bad whitey. Y'all looking at my fucking red neck and red body and red arms and going, the fuck you mean, you white? I'm not. I'm Native American. The beard throws people off. Can I say my mom's Italian? My dad, damn near full-blood Native American. Man was so dark he could walk outside, close his eyes and his mouth, and disappear at night. That's a joke, motherfuckers. Anyways, so I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Did somebody actually do this? I had to go and look it up. And turns out there's quite a few folks that are doing that shit. And I'm like, who? Why? Why? The fuck you smoking, bruh? I want some of that shit. You must be high as a kite. And not coming down for a while. Because somebody done fucking basically screwed your noodle. I mean, shit, son. Why you taking responsibility for some shit that happened fucking 100 years ago? And on top of all this, mind you, yo ass wasn't even born. Hell, yo ass ain't even descendant of the motherfuckers that did this shit. That's how completely diluted this shit is. These motherfuckers aren't even descendant of... They're the white folks, so-called, that were actually fucking slaves. Holy shit, man. You guys are fucking... Oh, wow. I'm lost. Y'all done... I'm lost in the aura of absolute stupid shite for all this crap. You guys are special. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, the Einstein-Oppenheimer kind of special. I'm not talking about, you know, like, the special forces kind of special. I'm talking about fucking special ed kind of special, motherfucker. Yo ass needs to go back to school. Stay in school. Don't drop out. Learn history. And if your teachers won't teach you, learn for yourself. Okay? It's out there. Go find it. Understand that you have more opportunity than your ancestors did. Hell, my ancestors were slaves. Indentured servants. Slaves. My ancestors were slaves. Price, Smith. That's not just a landowner's name. When you became a slave, you took the name of the landowner. If I wasn't working for my rent, guess what? My name would be Fountain, not Price. It's called indentured servitude. It's called slavery. When you become a slave, you become that other person's property, which means that your last name becomes their last name. Just like when you become married to somebody, you become that man or woman's property. That's why the last name changes. Or used to. The whole point is that you dumb fuckers don't even know what you're taking responsibility for. You're taking responsibility for some shit that happened 100 years ago, 150 years ago, and what? For what? What do you gain? Que bono? Nothing. Nobody. You're playing a victim card and making yourself look like a dumbass versus playing a victim card and looking like a badass. There's a difference. Okay? Your ass is taking responsibility for shit you didn't do. And you know what we call that? Lying. No lying, no bullshit here. Okay? Not allowed. If your boots got cow patties on them, motherfucker, you need to take them shits off at the door. Alright? My point remains the same. You are not taking responsibility for anything that is going to aid you. You are taking responsibility for shit that is going to detract from you. That victim card ain't the one you want. Trust me. That victim card is the one that you put in the discard pile. because don't nobody want to own that one. Not a single right-minded person. I'm not talking right and left mind. I'm talking right and wrong mind. I'm talking sane and insane. A sane person don't fucking want that shit. Nor none of the crap that come with it. I'm going to be very dead serious with y'all. You are taking responsibility for something that you don't want to take responsibility for. Because, motherfucker, if you are a slave owner, I will go through you. Not around you, not over you, not under you, through you. Because slavery is illegal in the United States. You're not allowed to be a slave owner anymore. I mean, it was abhorrent back in those days, but now, you mentioned that you take responsibility for the things that have been done to black people and brown people. Well, excuse the fuck out of me, son, but you ain't taking responsibility for the shit that done happened to me. Because if you are, I'm gonna fucking gut stomp your ass. Straight up. You do not take responsibility for shit that does not belong to you. For that particular reason. Alright? You bow to no man. You show some fucking spine. Because that shit is bullshit. And I'll kick your ass for lying to me. Not because I think that you're actually taking responsibility for the reality of what actually happened to my people and to the fact that I'm not living in the woods. I'm living in the desert because I have no choice. Versus, I would have loved to have lived in the Appalachians. That's where my people come from. That's what my body is adapted to. I would have loved to live in the Appalachians. I would have loved to live up north in the Uintas or in Oregon and in the Redwood Mountains. Can't happen. Because y'all little puss-ass motherfuckers decided to take that place over. Man, I tell you what. I got half a mind to move. And where I'm thinking of moving, I'm going to start clearing the nest and the growth out of that place. That includes your little punk ass. Don't you take no fucking responsibility for shit you didn't do. Because lying to me is fucking way higher of a crime than telling me that you are responsible for what happened to my great-great-grandparents. You lie to me and forget about ever being my friend. Forget about ever having an iota of trustworthiness between us. I will look at you as if you were less than the dog shit that gets stuck to the bottom of my shoe. Don't lie to me. I don't care what you're saying. Don't lie. If it's the truth, I'll hear it out. I may not like it, but I'll hear it out. But you lie to me, motherfucker, son. We need to re-educate your ass. Not in your freaking internment, imprisonment, ghetto, re-education, fucking Chaz City, none of that bullshit. No, we need to re-educate your ass with fucking hard labor so that you understand what you are taking responsibility for. Maybe a couple of ass whoopings along the way while somebody asks you what you did wrong. And until you can actually answer correctly, they'll keep on whipping your ass. That's how slavery works. That's how indentured servitude worked. You did right by the master, or you got your ass whooped repetitively until you answered that master what you did wrong. So I'll leave it to y'all. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm a sadist. I don't give a fuck. The point remains. There is no reason to take responsibility for shit that you did not do. If you are not guilty of a particular crime, do not take responsibility for that crime. Because you can still be prosecuted on confession. Understand that? That's how that works. You confess to a crime, it doesn't matter if you committed it or not. You are seen as guilty. Don't be stupid enough to, you fucking retards. I didn't commit any crimes. I haven't committed a crime. I've caused no man harm. And as a matter of fact, I've taken harm to myself to be certain that no man would come to harm. So, I ain't fucking committed a damn thing other than the atrocity of actually giving a fuck. Whereas, y'all are faking it. And that takes people like me and makes people like me look bad. To the point where police officers are rolling up on my front doorstep, trying to give me hell because of the shit you fuckers started. I didn't ask for it. What the fuck, y'all? I don't want cops rolling up on the front doorstep going, I don't want nobody saying, well, you committed a crime because of what? What do you have to say that says I committed a crime? What? Indecent exposure because you're showing your body off on camera. And what the fuck do you call a swimsuit model? Swimsuit! My point remains. I'm not sitting there waving my slanger out there for everybody and all God to see. That's not the indecent exposure. I'm a man. I don't have a disease. I'm actually kind of skinny. 100% lean muscle. The scary thing is that when you look at me, you think, oh, he's got a bird cage. No. That's what's scary, is that this is not a bird cage at all. I'm freaking ripped, dude. Totally. This is not like, the Jesus Christ body. This is muscular. Years of working out. Tons of calisthenics. I can literally do push-ups on one hand. You guys are special. Thinking that y'all are great warriors and all that shit. Let me tell you something coming straight from a war child. You fuckers ain't warriors. You're a bunch of little pansy asses trying to play Fortnite in real life. It doesn't work like that. Let me point something out to you kids. You don't get a reset button. Ever. You got one shot at this. You either do it right, or, we'll wait for you to be reincarnated in a different body with a different life and no recollection of what happened before because you didn't live life correctly. See, I know what happened before. I was a Vietnam soldier, Einstein, a Civil War soldier, fucking, before that I was, God, I can't remember before that because I did it wrong. Okay? You wondering how this works? That's how it works. You get to remember the lives you did right, if your last life was done right. You die on the field of battle trying to protect your friends, trying to save lives, that's done right. You give your all to advance science, that's done right. You fight for the freedom of others, that's done right. You try to enslave others through some ideal that you know will cause harm to them. That ain't done right, son. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. I've been many things in many lives. A coward and a charlatan is not one of them. I don't claim to be some Superman. I'm a Minuteman. That's it. Yeah, I got loads of good fun training that I had to go and force myself through because I was the only one that was going to do it. Nobody else was going to give me that training. Nobody else was going to go and say, oh, well, welcome to the Army, or welcome to the Navy, or welcome to the Marine Corps. You get to train according to this particular standard. No. I was handed a book from the United States Army and told, here, good luck. United States Army National Guard handed me a white booklet, 3-ring binder, training manual. Said, here, good luck, sir. I wish you the best. About face, get the fuck out of here. That's what they did. And you guys wonder why I keep on saying that a Minuteman is more highly trained than any soldier. And that is because he chooses to train himself, not be trained by someone else. You still keep that cognitive understanding, that ability to think for yourself. And at the same time, you get the training and the knowledge that is given to every recruit that is in the United States Army, Navy, Marine Corps, they all follow that same. And you get one more thing. And that is that you don't necessarily have to stand to military tribunal. Whereas every soldier, sailor, and Marine has to stand to military tribunal. Now, I say I was made by Marines because a Marine taught me how to shoot. A Marine taught me how to be tough. A Marine taught me how to pound ground. For those of you who are Marines, you know what that means. For those of you who aren't Marines, that means to walk a long fucking distance. It's called ground pounding. That's why I say I was made by Marines. I am not a Marine. I was made by Marines. There's a difference. Y'all motherfuckers are special thinking, oh, well, he's a Marine. No, I'm not a Marine, jackasses. I'm a Minuteman. Minuteman denotes a civilian standpoint with military training and the ability to carry out special forces operations because of that standpoint. Okay? Our special forces, they get trained like you cannot fucking believe. They get turned into freaking animals and then turned back into humans. Up here. Civilian militia, if you're like me, you're already an animal. and you get trained on how to be a soldier, on how to be a warrior. There's a difference. Okay? Now, I've actually completed the 4 prerequisites for being a war child in the Cherokee Nation, which is another way of saying 1 step before war chief. Because as a war chief, you actually have to, I believe it is, you have to train others to become war children, a war child. So that's not possible because nobody else, is, to my knowledge, has completed these tasks. Okay? 1. You have counted coup in a world full of enemies. 2. You have drawn the blood of an enemy and shown him mercy. 3. You have stolen the horse of an enemy. And that can translate to a car, or a truck, or a motorcycle, or what have you, a pig, it doesn't matter. Okay? You've stolen the horse of an enemy. And you have taken at least 1 life in the protection of others. Yes, I'm a war child. To be a war chief, I have to train others to do the same. Here I am trying. Now, it also has to be confirmed by the Cherokee Nation for me to become a war chief. Till then, I'm just a war child. See, that's the difference between Kiowa and Cahokia. Kiowa, you do all the 4 prerequisites, you are a full-blown war chief. Cherokee, you have to be confirmed by the nation as a war chief, not just a war child. War child, Apiani, in my case, not Apinani, but Apiani, would be, or no, Toma Apiani, which is war child. Toma Apiani means that I'm a man, or boy, male, okay, not Nuni, which means girl, or woman. See how this works out? Cherokee language. So, Toma Apiani